Yeah, I know we're sharing the same eyes color, but it's not me. So last year, I was a ghost at this conference, and I only existed in PPT and voice of someone else. She's Tagreed Saeed Ahmed. This year, I'm here in a human form, but I'm also a voice of someone else as a ghost. She's Sahar. This is Sahar Salha, Hands Up Project Southern Gaza-based coordinator. She's one of our oldest committed teachers and volunteers. And I'm Ashraf Kuhail, or Kuhail بالعربي. I've taught English for 13 years, and I've worked as an English language supervisor for 5 years, and then everything changed. So, I'm doing this presentation on behalf of Sahar Salha, as I said, and as you can see, I'm presenting about creativity in a wartime, contradictions. So they say, I don't know who they are, war is the absence of creativity. Do you agree? No, definitely not. No. I mean, they haven't seen that soldier who was fixing his 50 million jet with a tape. So you can make, you can make things when you are under stress. Lovely things. So, a good question to raise here. How do war-affected classrooms look like? I'm going to show you just simple examples for both. How do they look physically and how do they look psychologically? You know who's she? No? So, unfortunately, this is Ritaj Rihan. She was killed 2 weeks ago when she was at her school tent. She was sitting on her desk and a sniper was enjoying his time, randomly shooting. She got a bullet in his head, in her head, and she died in front of her classmates. So can you imagine the psychological environment that the children there are going through or witnessing? Horrible. Beyond imagination. When I was there, I was hungry, scared, terrified, traumatized. The children who used to come to my house to get educated shared the same horror. So, these heartbreaking pictures or photos for her notebook and for her on her way to the grave gives a better explanation of the situation there, the psychological situation, better than any words. Coming to the physical description for war-affected areas. I've taken that picture for this lovely school, and this is the situation at the moment. Students go to tents, inside tents, where there are no facilities, zero resources. So how can we work with this, with such dire situations? Can we be creative while being or witnessing such things? Good couple of questions to raise here. When a child's world is defined by fear, noise, chaos, can a new language provide him or her a quiet place to heal? The next one, can a creative spark truly flourish amidst such profound adversity? Let's find out. So, normally when we think of a war zone, the only picture that comes to our mind is the gray rubble, dust, smoke, death, whatever. And in certain point, and I witnessed that, you feel that this is the end of the world and there are no left rooms for hope. And you finally end up with the belief that there can't be any creativity in such dire situations. However, we at the Hands Up Project, through our, it's like now 10 years, Nick? Yeah. 10 years experience, we have developed our own beliefs and theories through which we started our work inside Gaza during the war. So, this is a lovely picture that have been taken inside my house during the war. I love it. So today, I'm going to show you how it doesn't just survive, creativity, but it becomes a necessity. This lovely quote by Steve Jobs, where it's a belief for me, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And as you can see on our T-shirts, one of the 3 things that we work on is teach, play, love. What's going on? Sorry. I always believe that if you want to achieve success, you have to start with love. Once the students love you as a person, not as a teacher, as a human, once they love you as a human, they will definitely start loving what you deliver, what you teach. So let's watch this short video that I've made during the war to have a better idea about the work that we have started. I really miss them. I really miss them. So this was the first ever attempt during the war on January 2024, where everybody was busy looking for food, shelters, and all of these kind of things. And I was highly traumatized. I was terrified. I was hungry. All negative emotions were inside me. Overstressed, overthinking. And then I said, I should go to something that I used to love. And I decided to go teaching. So I got in touch with the project that I'm proud and honored to be part of. I got in touch with Nick, and I told him that I'm going to teach. And I can't remember what was your reaction, but it sounded mad. Who's giving any care at that time for education? And I said, I just want to do something I love because I think I'm going mad soon. So suddenly problems, not one problem, started popping up. The first one was where to teach. As you all know, they have destroyed 97% of the schools there. The rest, or the remainings, were used as shelters. So I thought that the best place to ask the students or the children to come to would be my house. But would it be acceptable for the parents or the community or not? Let's see. The other one was what to teach. The children were as 3 or 4 years, as you can see. Others on the back were 16 and 17, as you've seen in the video. So different ages all together in one classroom. So what kind of curriculum can we deliver? The third problem was how to teach, which approach to use. They are, as I said, from different ages. It's not the thing that I'm used to. So I started thinking of cultivating an emergent environment that suits that situation. So why did I decide to start doing this inside my house? Because I believe that asking them to move from a house to house would be something normal for them. It's like they will feel that, oh, I'm just moving from a house to a house, so it's not something new for them. And as you can see here, in this picture, the amount of joy, and this is my house previously, before they got it down. So we had good times there. And I've never felt students have this amount of confidence as I felt them in my house. They were completely self-confident. They were amazing. They were behaving like they were in their home. That's it. And there was a noticeable thing, which is the psychological comfort. We had a unique kind of relation that I've never felt before. They were dealing with me like a father, a friend, a human, but never like a teacher that I used to be, like with strict rules or things like this. They were talking to me. We were sharing simple details, everyday details. What did we eat? What did we have? Did you listen to the news? What happened? All these kind of things. And one good thing is that I felt that the house was a shield from traumas. I myself, as I presented myself previously, I was highly traumatized. But I felt that once they come to the house, we were just moving to another completely different world. We were somehow giving each other some kind of healing from that trauma. And it what happened strengthened the community bonds between me and the parents and the families. So I've got wonderful feedback from their parents and families. They've always said, we feel that they are home, and they've never urged me, where is my kid, why is he late? No, they feel that they are at home. So that was really wonderful. So moving to the power of narratives. I mean, I think the youngest one here would be like around 30, 40? No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, here is one with 20 years old. She's 20 years old.
21.
You're 21 years old. Okay, so everybody loves to listen to stories. But if I'm doing this as a grammatical lesson now, I wouldn't expect so many people coming here, right? But especially in time of crisis, everybody loves to listen to a story. They have this magical power to calm everybody down, to get him just smoothly melt with the community he's in. So, why stories? As I said, I'm not going to talk a lot about the stories. Everybody knows the significance of stories in terms of how they attract listeners, how they react, how they interact. So it's wonderful. It's a very wide world that I advise every single teacher to start using them in teaching. So they are also amazing in language acquisition. When I started with next book called Stories Alive. Amazing book, loads of interactive activities included. They enjoyed it. In terms of language acquisition, for someone who worked on policy-making circle in the ministry, we've always noticed that students are not giving the progress that we are aiming to. They studied English for 12 years and then graduate with the minimum abilities in terms of speaking, writing, and these kind of things. I will never forget when I presented the story of Gruffalo. It wasn't included. It has loads of complex vocabs. For us as Arabs, we've never used them. And I was shocked. They were completely focused. And the next day, I gave them a task. The next day, they came perfectly doing the task. I was shocked. So they have their unique power in terms of language acquisition. We've talking about the healing and the trauma thing. So, do you know this guy? He's just here. Look how focused they are.
You need to come. There's a wolf. There's a wolf. But everybody didn't believe them. No.
Can you hear the drone, the voice of the sound of the drone in the background? They're not giving any attention. I remember that in different sessions, we heard massive bombings, but nobody gave any attention. They were highly focused as you saw them, you just saw them. So it has its magical power. So, yeah. Which methods? During the 10 years, we haven't followed certain approach or certain technique or certain teaching method. We've been using massive loads and loads of teaching methods. We've never got stuck to just one method because we believe that following one path will lead the students to be bored at the end. Repetition sometimes is good, but not all the time. So using the same teaching methods or techniques can't be really useful. So one of our aims or goals or methods, we aim or we work hard on making our sessions or lessons learner-centered lessons. So what we do is just we facilitate the lesson and we give them the chance to build up the knowledge. In our sessions, we never believe that they are different. They are all the same, but they need certain opportunities, suits them, and we never assume that this student knows and that doesn't know. They all know, but they learn, as you know, this is something psychological. They learn in different ways, and they need different times. So we also focus on the interactive learning. So it's not just like one-way teaching. No, never. It's interactive. They interact with us as teachers. They interact with each other. Also, we really appreciate to see them building the knowledge themselves, as I said before. These things are really familiar for you. I prefer just going to one of the PPT that I have used. It's going to give you better. Yeah, I miss these days. So, I'm going to share with you, let's just skip the theoretical things. We've got two PPTs, Shatir Hassan and Juha at the bakery. By the way, this book, I did it when during the war, after I was done with Nick's book, I needed some more material. So we started writing this book, me and the team. It's full of traditional Palestinian stories, so that's why we call them Stories Reborn. I used to listen to them when I was 6 and 7 years old. They are forgotten now, so I just brought them to life again. In this book, there are different useful things for teachers. So all illustrated by Nada Rajab. She's one of our previous students. So she illustrated the stories. We start with beautiful chants written by the team of the Hands Up. Then we've got the script, so the teacher can use the script for future drama and role play stuff. And at the end, we got the morals of the story. I recommend this for the teachers of English or any other subject. So let's just start with the story of Juha and the bakery in Kuwait. So, as I told you, we never give them the information. We make or help them, we guide them to build it themselves. So, what are they? This is the first activity. What are they? Bread and bakery. This is the simple level, but we never stop here. I start asking them, what do we call this? What do we call this? What do we call this? What did you see? So at the end, we end up with loads of new vocabs. Then we start pushing them to competitions. We love seeing them competing with each other. So team A, team B, team CD, like this. We, for instance, give them papers and encourage them to write down the words. And then there will be a winner. Clap for the other teams for being part of this. So this is fantastic. So the next activity goes like this. So we present the pictures and start eliciting the words included. So in each picture, you can get loads of new vocabs, including items, colors, whatever included. And we do the same activity, as I said. We never stop with just giving them the word. No, please, know the meaning, and that's it. No. We move into another level, which is, could you please put it in a sentence? Could you please make use of the word. So we encourage them not just to know the word, but know where to use it, how to use it, and when to use it. So, beautiful pictures. Then we ask them to order the story. So we encourage them now to move to the verbal activity, starting producing the language. So they will, okay, thank you. They will start forming the story using their own language. They have already learned the vocabs. Now they can start forming the story using their own simple language. Then, this is the correct order. This is a very simple activity. Can you put the sentences in order? Now they got the pictures in their minds, so it's easy for them to start ordering the sentences, but we never stop here. Now I start asking them, read it. I ask the talented, they are all talented. Let me use the term talented. Then, I know, because I know everybody of them. I know their levels. Yeah, you repeat, you. We end up with the whole class reading the sentences. Now, we move to the correct order and we play the audio for them using Nick, Poles, whoever, native language speakers. So they are exposed now to the language from native speakers. This is a little bit complex one. Now, they've been exposed to the sentences. Now they have to memorize each letter for which word. They have to form the whole sentences. So, can you guess, Nick?
I know it.
You know it? I know. Well, I'm keeping you for something later. So, yeah. Now, again, we never stop here. We do it again. So they are exposed twice. This is the same activity, just to make sure that they have mastered the sentences so they can retell the story later. I don't have too much time. This is like reordering activity. I'm sorry, we are running out of time. I love this activity. I love it, and they love it. And they were waiting to reach this slide every time. So now I ask them to replace the pictures with the right word. So now they make like matching or connecting the word to the picture, easy for them to remember and to use it in future in different contexts. Could you please just join me and let's do the chant. This is one of the best parts for them. Yes, please.
All right, what shall I do? Which bit shall I do?
You want to...
Should we do it with everyone?
Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, just give us the tune.
Okay. I need some bread, but look at that queue.
I need some bread, but look at that queue.
I need some bread, but look at that queue.
I need some bread, but look at that queue.
I need some bread, but look at that queue.
I need some bread, but look at that queue.
Look at that, look at that, look at that queue.
Look at that, look at that, look at that queue.
Yeah, so we could do it. Well,
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm running out of time. Let's just have a minute. So, I love teaching. And I know that you're here because you love it. Wars or crises should not be barriers for your creativity. It should be the stepping stone to creativity. And we have like a proverb. Once you press the olive very well, you get the finest olive oil. So once we are under pressure, we are creative. Thank you.